Hey, say it's a merry way day. Up the way.
Largest grossing box office African American actor in the history of cinema.
Ah, yes.
Dolemite Is My Name.
And I've always been a good mimic. I've always been able to do that.
But how did you find Rudy?
And I watched his movie so many times, it was kind of easy to go into that.
Hey, you know, Auntie, I was thinking about putting out a comedy record.
Comedy? You've been a singer, a shake dancer?
It's real hard to break in. I'll do whatever it takes.
Because we saw Dolemite, but you were able to find Rudy and show me the bridge between those two.
Because I had met with Rudy before. I'd been around him, I talked to him and met with him, and he was a real person. And he was nothing like the Dolemite character. Right. You know, when you're talking to him, you know, just you and him, regular guy like this. So I had a reference.
All my life, people been telling me no. Rudy, sometimes our dreams just don't come true. A man slam a door in my face, I just find another door. I want the world to know I exist. It's all pretend. I just created a character.
You're true.
Pull on that.
Oh, that's a weed.
That's right.
Working with all of these comedians, I was like, I just want to be able to survive.
Pretending like he could be
Not only performing and projecting, but also listening. And like, you know, the jazz musicians of the greats of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they could listen to each other. They could hear a note, they could hear a beat, hear a rhythm, hear a tone.
To write what you know. Ain't nothing to talk about my personal life. I deal with the nightlife, club owners and mobsters and lots of pimps and kung fu.
Do you know karate?
No, but I'm a fast learner. I can learn how to chop me a motherfucker.
Action.
And it's because we had so much love and respect for Rudy, but we also had so much love and respect to Eddie Murphy. In the sense that we really wanted to make a movie that it was both a tribute to Rudy Ray Moore, but it was also a true respect for Eddie.
There's costume houses here that have collections that went for normal clothes from the 70s and not just picked up all the, you know, fancy. So we had like 4 tailors working simultaneously. You know, I learned a lot from that. Like 4 tailors making a pair of pants is not a good thing because they all will fit different. Dolemite, Eddie had 75 changes, and we had to create most of them, each rejects that didn't work on Rudy's character or Dolemite's character. They didn't work on Rudy's character. They were perfectly on Derval's character, and they were close in size, so I was lucky in that way. But even there's a scene where Rudy gives them gifts for Christmas, and he gives Mike Epps a shirt in a box, and he says, "Oh, I was going to keep that shirt for myself, but I thought you would like it." And I was like, "That's actually true." That was made for Eddie, and now it's going to be for Mike Epps. So, you know, it's a juggling act, the whole thing, all the way through.
And Eddie, as a producer, and like something you said, 16 years in the making, you know, as you're approaching this character, you're playing a role, you're also wanting the movie to be successful.
Don't leave.
Was it something I said?
It's gonna get better. Sorry, man. He had enough, you said. I heard enough of this building that shit.
And try to make sure that this thing you've been putting together for 16 years, like how did you sort of keep that all in frame?
Well, it's separate things. Once we get the movie going, me trying to get it going for 16 years. What was the question? 16 years has nothing to do with it once we get a start date. And it was important to me to capture the real person and show that Rudy Ray Moore is a person, you know, and that Dolemite is a character, you know. So that was the challenge. And the biggest challenge is to be funny, but not to use my moves. It's like I have my own little moves and faces. All actors have their stuff that they do. It's okay, you gotta be funny like Rudy Ray Moore. That was the challenge.
I'm offering you a role in my new motion picture. You think you could just walk up here and hire me? No. What if we let you direct?
Very cool.
Guys, we gotta take a step back, folks.
I'm still there. It's harder. He said it was okay. He said it's okay.
Oh, thank you.
We're just saying hello.
What's up, help kids?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, you tell them what to do already.
Hey. All right.
Dolemite is my
Hey,
name.
say it's a merry way day, up this way, your way. Sun is up, happy day. Love way. Merry way day.